Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe, and I'm here to do a 12-month 2021 reading for all of you, and it will correlate with each astrological sign. So you want to pay attention to your sun sign, rising sign, and moon, and I'll be going in order starting in January. January represents both Capricorns and some Aquarius. And it'll kind of go like that. So, whatever month you were born in, that would be your sun sign. You would have to know your rising sign and your moon. You can look that up at astro.com. You plug in your birth data and you can get that. And then you'll see, so that, as an example, if your rising sign was Aries, then that would be March, April. Um, my I am a Gemini sun sign. My rising sign is Cancer, and my moon sign is Leo. So to me, that correlates to me as June, July, and August. Take it for what you want or what you will. Look at this. This is Bailey Marie. She is a little Cancer born at the end of June. You getting in on the action? So let's get started. I have cards from several decks that I put down for each month. I haven't even looked at the cards yet, so it will be a surprise to me. Um, shall we get started? We'll see what the year is going to bring us. I like doing this to have a record of what I pick up as far as the energy that is coming in. 2020 was a very difficult year. I'm dying to go back and look at my 2020 video for the year to see what came up with that and if anything was correct. Um, we're going to have to exercise a lot of patience this year because we're still not out of the woods. We still have another 3 to 4 years of huge transitions, huge astrological aspects. Saturn will be squaring Uranus for the next 26 months. And that is old versus new. You can go and check out my weekly wisdoms and find out more information on the specifics. And so, oh, you're such a good girl. And I also have, I don't know where he is, but the beagle. I have dog stuff all over the place. So, pardon me. Um, It's just about the dogs and the kitties. In my last video, the cat walked through right in the middle of the video. All right, I gotta do the reading. You gotta stay there, be a good girl. All right, so for January or for the Capricorn Aquarius that are born in January, we have soul retrieval, the Six of Cups, Sophia, goddess, quieting the mind. This will be for our January 2021. Well, there he is. They have two dogs. Oh, animal totem is dog spirit. I love that. Your crystal of the month for January is kyanite. And we have first house, it's about the body. And we also have 10th house, which is definitely January ruled. So let me take a look at this as a whole. And see if I could put a story together. Because this is a lot of cards. It didn't seem like a lot when I was first putting them out, but now that they are here, it seems like a lot. All right, so we're quieting the mind. Uh, Definitely that energy. Dog spirit, it's asking you, it says be loyal to what is loyal to you. And think about that. And I think that's really important for this coming time because a lot of us were able to see and find out, who really had our backs in 2020, who was there for us, who wasn't. A lot of false friends or, people that have just changed their minds. Everybody, their opinions are right if it's right for them. But we're finding that a lot of people don't resonate with us. So, dog spirit. Kyanite, it's inner bridges, which is perfect for the Aquarian energy that is coming in. Soul retrieval, finding the pieces of yourself that you have lost through grief and trauma. The Six of Cups, rekindling old friendships. Someone from the past comes back. Sophia is asking us to tap into divine wisdom, and I will be exploring the power goddesses all year long, one goddess a week for an entire year. 10th house, speaking about mother, father, parental units, but it's also about our career, our status in the world, our work. Um, and it's talking about our achievements. And so, what is important, but last and not least, we have first house, and it's about the body. So, this is a great time for all of us to really go within this entire year, not just for January. I know a lot of us are probably making resolutions. And look, none of my outfit matches. I've got Argyle here and total Christmassy there. So I spoke about in my weekly wisdom how we have to exercise patience this entire year because people are wanting things to show up now. We're so used to instant gratification. Instead, let's focus on ourselves, our inner self, but with this first house body card, definitely focusing on a total body, mind, and spirit makeover. And that is going to be happening for like the next 2 to 3 years. So, really go within and find out how you want to feel, who you want to be, how you want your world to look, because it starts with you. Stop worrying about how things are looking in the outside world because it begins in here with us. All right, February. And this would be Aquarius and Pisces energy. So let's see. We've got Jupiter, expansion. And that is so perfect because Jupiter is now in Aquarius for the next year, with the exception of a little blip into Pisces. All right, and interesting, Saturn, the truth. So there will be a struggle definitely in February. We have a big square on February 17th between Saturn and Uranus. But this is about finding out the truth and how we're expanding our minds and how we can open up to a new vision. I love it. The crystal for February is herderite, and it is about evolution. So that goes perfect with the expansion of Jupiter. Canary spirit is the animal totem, and that says sing your own song. It's time to speak your voice. Wish upon a star is the energy card. Scold is the goddess, and that is about the future. We have the lovers, and isn't that perfect for Valentine's Day? A lot of us could be meeting up with somebody or deepening the relationships that we already have. And the shamanic card is the seer, and I love that. So this is about seeing beyond, being very intuitive, tapping into that third eye. Love, love, love that. Um, Beautiful cards for the month of February. Okay. March. March would be Pisces and then Aries at the end of the month. So we have Venus energy. So this would be speaking more about love. I'm not doing any of the astrology really in this reading, just doing the cards. She is the part of us that discovers beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Okay. Virgo, I analyze. So this could be a month where we're really looking over everything. March also heralds the equinox. So it's vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere and autumnal equinox in the southern hemisphere. I wish I could get it in there closer. Um, and of course, Bailey Marie wants to go out, so I'm going to have to pause this video very quickly. Be right back. And so I come back, and of course, so that's my almost 17-year-old cat, Miss, who is enjoying being on camera. So we have Venus. It is about finding the things that we love, the things that we value. So that'll be March. Oh, it's talking about the equinoxes. The vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere is actually the traditional, the true New Year. Astrologically wise, spiritually wise, it originally was always the New Year on the vernal equinox. I had to fix the screen. I was tired of like trying to get under the frame. However, the governments, the establishments, Saturn, Kronos, our structures, that Capricorn energy chose to do January 1st, and when they changed the calendars thousands of years ago, because that would mark the beginning of tax collection. Um, Whereas when it's in the middle of the year, I guess, like we're looking at it from, it's already a quarter in, a third of the way, a quarter of the way in. I don't know, but I know it's for governmental purposes that they mark January 1st because it was the beginning of the tax season, and then they just made the calendars that way. Anyway, the Virgo I analyze, so I brought that up. We're going to do a lot of analyzation. We're going to really be taking stock of everything, paying attention to the details in our lives, our daily routines. This could, with it being the equinox, be the beginning of a new health regimen. All right, Azezulite and its alternative realities. I wouldn't be surprised with this Aquarian energy if possibly during this time frame, and time frame, I mean, time, we try and make it linear. It really isn't. The lines of time are blurred, but I think that we're going to be hearing about alien contact. I know that might sound crazy to some of you, but that's what that is, Azulite is. So pay attention. That could be coming in March. I know that there's some really important astrological aspects in March, and not getting into that in detail, but I think sooner rather than later, we could within the next, within this year or even this decade, hear about some positive, affirmative alien contact. Think about the monoliths that are showing up. I know a lot of people think that it's totally man-made, but I do think that even if it is, maybe it's a collective conscious awareness for a lot of people to wake up and pay attention. All right. The energy card that we have, it's a tall tale. So it is time to tell a new story. Um, switch up your stories. A tall tale also speaks about lying. Who is lying? Are you lying? Are people lying to you? What are the stories that we're telling ourselves and each other? Rhea is the goddess that is coming up, and this is about staying in the flow and not going against resistance and surrendering to what is. The Hierophant shows up, and what I'm picking up, it's our higher knowledge, the connection to the divine, our spirituality. We're really going to have to be tapping into all of that, into our inner reserves, in order to get us through these transformative times. I love it. The rainbow shows up, and that is talking about the brightness of the light, the colors that are in the light. To me, I'm just hearing the word of gratitude, being grateful for everything that is. There is a rainbow inside every, um, I'm hearing like, the silver lining in every cloud, but there's a rainbow in every storm that follows. We may not all see them, but there's usually that brightness, that lightness that comes after a storm. And then the animal totem, it is bat spirit. These dogs, because I'm on the floor, I never do it down here, so they're just running around. Bat spirit, it says a rebirth is assured, and so that would definitely be equinox energy. But I also think with bat totem, it's about how they have that radar, that sonar. Oh, my glasses are caught. Um, they can't see very well, and they rely on their senses to navigate the unknown and the unseen. So think about that. Really tapping into all of your senses to navigate how to get through this year and the coming years ahead, because it is going to be a little crazy. Um, yeah, I love that. That's good. So that was for March. All right, April. So April would be still Aries energy and also Taurus energy that is coming in. Maybe I can just move in a little bit closer, get a little bit closer to all of you now that I have some of these cards done. All right, so interesting. Aries energy. But this is talking about creative energy, the fires within us, getting to work, getting to action. It's always the start of something, the beginning of something. And we also have to pay attention to how this would also affect our aggression, our ego, our anger. So we could have, um, some of that like war energy coming up within us or in our outer world, even. And this says the energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive action is likely. So something really surprising, especially in our outer world, could happen. And I hope it is not war, but, a lot of us have been picking up on that possibility. All right, moon, soul is coming up. And whenever, I'm thinking about the emotions, but whenever the moon card comes up, it also speaks about deception, things that are hidden, things that are unseen. And but when it's talking about the soul, this is really about tapping into our own inner emotions. I love it. Labradorite is the crystal for the month of April, and it's talking about tapping into our magic. The animal totem is badger spirit. That's interesting. And it says, be fearless and bold. Be fearless and bold. I know with Uranus being in Taurus, you, the Tauruses will be a little forced to be out of their comfort zone and to be doing some new things. But you may find that you like it. The energy card is a burst of magic. So there's that theme coming up about magic and magic and magic. So I like that. So something really good is going to happen in April, despite any aggressive energy. Now we have I think it's Lakshmi. Yeah, it's the goddess Lakshmi, and she speaks about fortune is coming our way. So I do think there's a lot of new beginnings. There is disruptive energy with Lakshmi a little bit, but I think it will all be good. The Judgment card is coming up. That's Archangel Gabriel giving us a warning, a wake-up call. A lot of us will be going through a big wake-up call come April. Um, Even into the summer months, there's going to be a lot of tension, chaos. And I love the shamanic card. It's the circle, and this talks about community coming together with people. There's going to be some big announcements coming in April. Maybe this is us all getting out of lockdown wherever we are in the world. And then we're able to return to our community circles. I know me and a lot of my other friends in different parts of the world really have not been able to have our fire pit ceremonies, our circle ceremonies for the moon, um, depending on where you are in the world because of the pandemic that we're in. And just looking at my stomach. It's not a roll. It's just the way I'm sitting. I guess I should sit up better. But yeah, so I think maybe we're going to hear some good news that we're finally able to roam about the globe again. I don't think it's going to happen in April because listen, but I think some of us will be less restricted. Let me put it that way. Air travel is going to be extremely affected by this whole pandemic and everything that has been put before us, whatever means of control that is going on in the world. But air travel is going to take a couple of years to really come back. And it's going to look so different to many of us. There are a lot of airlines that are even saying that you have to have certification, that you are vaccinated. I know that concert venues are already putting out notices that you'll have to also prove that in order to buy tickets. And I'm not getting vaccinated. You guys do whatever you want to, but my higher guides have told me otherwise, and I do probably too much reading anyway. Plus, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll be forced to at some point. I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next month. May. So May would be Taurus, and then also the beginning of Gemini. We have the 11th house, so it's our dreams, hopes, and wishes. It's also our friends, our social circles. I love that. It's also tapping into that Aquarian energy. Um, it's where I can't read this. I really wish I had my old young eyes back. Where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. So I think this could be good because the more of us will be coming out and we'll start to be able to get into more social situations again. Things will be opening up. Libra, I balance. And this does talk about partnerships, does talk about harmony. We're going to have to find that balance within all of ourselves. We all really have to get along. Um, the message that I'm hearing is, and it goes back to whatever this agenda is, and no matter where you are in the world, there are political controls. I think that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that are going on that have been, the pandemic is like just something that we're seeing, but there's so much more going on. behind the scenes, and it has been, I think, used as a means of dividing so many of us, politically, socially. You know, we're already divided like racially and economically and sexually. Like there's so much hatred and divide that I think that this Libra card, I balance, is going to make a lot of us realize that we really have got to embrace other people's differences, bring that balance in. And like I said, I don't know if I said it in this video, but I know I've said it before. Everybody's thoughts and beliefs are true for them. And none of us have the right to say if it's right or wrong. Um, you know, we can choose to not hang out with certain people because of their belief choices, but we really need to stop judging each other. We truly do, because we're moving into a more unified space. That Aquarian energy, although Aquarian energy is very robotic in a sense, as far as like there's no individualism, and everything is like Rick Levine said in one of his videos, it works like an ant colony or a beehive. That's true Aquarian energy. And I don't think anyone wants that. But we could come together a little bit better, right? All right, let me get off my soapbox. The crystal card, Seraphinite, and that's healing. That is beautiful purple energy. May, we do have an eclipse that will be occurring in Gemini, and it could be, you know, a very healing eclipse. We'll also have one in June. I think that a lot of the Gemini, Sagittarius polarization energy of truth and beliefs is going to be coming full circle. Interesting. Didn't even see this when I talked about the colony and the hives. But bee spirit is the totem that came up. And, you know, that is talking about working together, making teamwork makes the dream work, but it's also sweet results await. So if you can find it within your hearts and yourselves to come together in a more unified way, the sweet results will wait. I think May is also when a lot of flowers are blooming, at least in the northern hemisphere. And I think so many of us will be really happy to get out into the sunshine again. The energy card is Earth Magic, and I love that. So that's definitely Taurian energy, the beginning of May energy. This is also talking about taking your shoes off, getting in the grass, grounding yourself. Oh, I love that. It's also talking about to remind us about the seeds that we planted back when the sun was in Scorpio, which would be um, in October, you know, September, October. A lot of times I posted something like when we're planting bulbs in the autumn, they're like wishes that we're making for the spring, for when they come to bloom. The goddess energy is green Tara, and it's talking about salvation. This is really about tapping into the divine of who you are within yourself, salvation of saving yourself. Nobody can come and save you. Only we have the power to do that. We, meaning the individual. The Two of Wands is coming up. A decision in a new direction has to be made, and we're not really sure which way to go. There's going to be a lot of us on the fence. This is also talking kind of like about a worldwide divide, if you can see that. You know, the merchant has the world in his hands, and he's trying to figure out which direction to go, which would be the most profitable. Um, and that could be an indication of a really big divide. Ooh, this is kind of scary. The curse is coming up. Now, in shamanism, although the curse, I mean, in any culture, the curse, nobody wants a curse. However, our minds are what curse us. Very thought that you could be cursed is like a curse that you put on yourself. But the words that are coming out of our mouths and the thoughts that we have, they cast a curse, they cast a spell, whether it's manifestation or damnation. But also, there's always a blessing in every dark cloud, and any kind of curse that does come up, it's karmic. Um, it's self-made. Nobody can really put a curse on you. You have to believe in that curse in order for it to be cast upon you. I know some witches that think that they're really powerful, but if you don't believe that anybody can curse you, then you're okay. Can we curse ourselves? Absolutely. The things that we say about ourselves, the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we talk about other people, that is a curse. So if you can think about all of your negative thoughts and your negative self talk, or even negative judgmental talk, self righteous talk, hubris talk, all of that is a curse in my mind. Um, because everything that we say and think has the ability to become manifest. And if you get enough people stuck in fear or stuck in negativity, thinking the same exact thing, it's going to happen. Um, and I'm also thinking about like, I think that's part of the reason why this pandemic could have been perpetuated for so long is because so many people were stuck in that fear mode, but it was absolutely necessary to get us to where we are now. So it's all perfect. So that's for May. My gosh, I'm only halfway through. June, that's my birth month. I'm excited to see what's up for here. All right. Oh, isn't that cute? Gemini. And yes, I am a Gemini, but June also, it's Gemini and Cancer. So Gemini, this is about communications, it's about our thoughts and our words and technology and modes of transportation. Um, so I just kind of spoke about that. So I think like May will segue right into June. We do have an eclipse on June 10th, also in Gemini. So two back-to-back eclipses within 2 weeks of each other in Gemini. And this says the energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, informative, stimulating exchange is possible. Um, so I do like this. I think that there could be some big surprises during the Gemini transit. Just knowing that there are two back-to-back eclipses, one solar, one lunar in Gemini. I think a lot is going to come to light. And it's going to make for an explosive July. So did I say July? I meant like back-to-back in June. Because I've got July on my mind for some reason. I think there's going to be some big surprises then too. All right. Aquarius, I know energy is coming up. Interesting. Because I think a lot of people are going to be like, I told you so, I told you so. But it's also, I think, more of that innovative mental energy. I also think it could be outer worldly energy coming in, and a lot of people saying like, "I knew this was true." I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Um, and I think that there are a lot of people that are going to report or think that they know what's going on, and really nobody does. Nobody does, not even psychics and astrologers and mediums. We kind of have a really good idea, but we don't really know because I think I think collectively we're all becoming more psychic, and a lot of our time at home has helped us to all develop that inner intuition and get to know ourselves better. But I think, like, for the purpose of growth, a lot of the information is blocked out because we're not supposed to know too much into the future. All right, carnelian is the crystal or stone of the month of June, and it is about action. It's about getting to work, start moving that body, start getting things done. If you've been sitting in the house for the last year or even through the winter, June will be winter for the southern hemisphere, but it is about uh, putting things to action, starting new projects, finally launching some new things. We will have the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere on June 21st, winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, which is another world point. That will be coming right after that June 10th eclipse. Something is going to, I think it's just going to trigger something that's going to happen come July. The animal totem is sandpiper spirit, and it's asking us to be playful. And I love it because it makes me think of the beach. And I only got to go to the beach one time all summer last year because of the pandemic. If any of you know me, you've been following me for a while, you know that I try to live at the beach during the summertime. I just love the beach. I pray that I can get back there more often this coming summer. Call of the Muse. I love this. This is creative energy. Call on your muse to spark new ideas and creative energy. I feel like my mojo is coming back. Call of the Muse goes really well with this animal totem of being playful, the sandpiper, because it's like, all right, we've already been in this drudgery, the dread for a year and a half at this point, come June of 2021. We people have to start living again. You know, I know it has been difficult. I've lost some people myself during, from this pandemic, and I know so many people that have lost people because of this pandemic, but we can't stop living. So I think that is what these cards are indicating. And also Call of the Muse, really tapping into our creativity, tapping into artistic creativity. And that, there are a lot of people that say, I have no artistic capabilities. Listen, when you were a child, you probably played music, you drew, you did a lot of creative things using your imagination. We got to get back into that. Bronwyn, and this is great because I think she'll be good for the solstice. Bronwyn comes in as the goddess, and she is about forgiveness. So this is about putting our things from the past in the past and forgiving ourselves for, like, if you've been just sitting in your house in a fear bubble, forgiving yourself and finally getting out will be the key. I love this. So the Queen of Pentacles is coming up. And I'm featuring the goddesses every week. Every one goddess a week for the entire year of 2021. I feel that this is going to also be an indication that the economy will start to get better come June, or it could totally collapse. Well, it's not reversed, but I think that we could maybe see another stimulus. There will be money coming in come June. We're going to be hearing about some kind of financial something, and it has to do with a woman. Um, and I'm not getting political today, but there's going to be an announcement from a woman about, money coming to us. And I love this. It's the gatherer. However, this isn't always the best card to come in, but it's going to be a good reminder. We do have, a lot of crazy energy for the next couple of years. The gatherer, the gatherer to me is talking about togetherness and, you know, not being in that fear of lack and running out of things. But the gatherer is also talking about, our gardens and growing some vegetables and growing some things that we can eat and even share with our neighbors, but also about being prepared and preparing for what could possibly be coming next, because we don't really know, do we? July. All right, I'm coming down to the end of it. All right, so July brings us the energy of Neptune. This is our dreams, our illusions, delusions, avoidance, our overindulgence, our escapism. So interesting. And it also talks about our fantasies, our yearnings, longings. It's our dreams. But there is a big potential for illusion, which could be also lying. Okay, void of course moon. That is more of that in between energy. So if you saw my last video, the weekly wisdom for for January 3rd through the 9th, um, I feature the goddess Hecate, and it's about the in between. For the past couple of months, the in between kept coming up. That's what this void of course moon is. Um, we don't want to start anything new in July. There's going to be an in between of what was and what is. But anything that starts on a void of course moon doesn't stick. Sodalite. It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. Sodalite taps into not only throat chakra, but also third eye. Enjoy the journey. And that's part of what I was saying about having patience. Half the fun of getting somewhere is the journey itself. But, so many people they just want to they want what they want. They want to get to the destination. They don't want any of that in between. And that's where you're going to feel, um, the pain of of the restrictions, because when you're not surrendering to the journey of all the beautiful things that happen in between and all along the way, then you're missing out. The animal totem is dolphin spirit. This and that are true. And oh, July is Cancer and Leo energy. This and that are true is exactly what I was talking about before, is that your opinion, my opinion, her opinion, his opinion, their opinion, it's all true. Everybody's beliefs and opinions are all true. I feel that there are multiple realities, there are multiple dimensions. So, depending on where you're living, are you living in 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, or beyond? But what I might think is ridiculous is a total reality to somebody else, and vice versa. And none of it is wrong. All of it is true. And that's what that card is saying. Um, so the dolphin spirit also talks about the underworld, the other side. Um, I feel that it's just like a highlight of the divide that we've been seeing in our world and amongst us, and having to come to that place, that reality of everybody's opinions of no matter what it is are absolutely true. And unless you're living in that reality, you don't know. So stop judging. All right, I love this. Uncharted Sea is the energy card that is coming up. And so this is also about like that in between state. Uncharted Sea is asking for you to go with the flow, go with the way that the river or the ocean is taking you. Um, point your compass true north, follow your heart. This is about, what I said about the in between. It's the place and the void of the void. So that goes really perfect. So July is definitely going to be some kind of happening where it's like another marker. Like 2020 is a marker of, you know, the life that we used to have, and we don't know what else is coming. We're kind of still in that energy um, of what was before and what is not now yet. So, yeah, I just think that we have to go with the flow. And a lot of us can still be in that fear state of mind when we are on uncharted waters. But wow, what a journey it could be and what you can make of it. Okay. Aphrodite, romantic love. I love that Aphrodite's going to show up. Look at that gorgeous woman. She's showing up for some hot summer romantic love. Um, some of us could be deepening relationships. Some of us could finally maybe be getting in to relationships. Long awaited because, you can't, a lot of challenges with the pandemic. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands coming rushing in. This is a rush of energy. I feel like it's like savior energy. Um, New creative ideas, creative ventures for a lot of us. This could be that romantic love for some of us. Maybe this is my new boyfriend. Um, yeah, fire sign that would go perfect with me, the air sign. But yeah, I think that there's going to be some kind of rescue effort in July. That's what I'm feeling. And the staff. That's more of that wand energy. The staff keeps us steady. The staff um, keeps us standing up straight and hobbling along our path. So I think yeah, that is going to be a very interesting July for sure. All right. Moving in on the situation. August is Leo energy, and it is, oh wait, July is Cancer energy and Leo energy. I think I said that. August is Leo energy and then Virgo energy. So we also have Venus coming up. Venus is about finding love. It is the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. We all know that the Leos, they love their shiny baubles. That is for sure. This is fire. This is passion. Venus is asking us to step into our passion, to step into our hearts. Ugh, can't seem to get comfortable. My legs. And I don't like the angle of the camera on myself. Um, Getting very self-conscious. I have a Leo moon. Maybe that's why I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm like getting all heated, but following your passion, following your heart. Aries I am. So we have more of that fire energy coming in. Um, I'm kind of liking this because this is new beginnings. This is also about taking care of the self and our self-worth, putting ourselves first. I do like that energy, but it's also cautioning against ego and anger. So there could be some kind of a war, I'm hearing, and I don't know what the August astrology is. I haven't looked that far in advance. So yeah, whatever gets sparked from July could be carrying through August. I don't know. Um, I'm just getting a feeling that there could be a lot of heated tension. Petrified wood comes up, and it's about new beginnings, but it's also about getting out of your place of fear and getting unstuck from that place of fear and moving on to new pastures. Armadillo spirit, setting healthy boundaries. Armadillo is also talking about armor. So this could be that war energy that I was talking about. So I'm trying to think like globally how this could come in because like as soon as I saw the armadillo, I thought about the armor that they wear. But this is also us setting healthy boundaries in our relationships for ourselves. That could be that war energy, um, pushing back. There could be an invasion somewhere. I'm not getting a good feeling about that. Seeing beyond. So this is just reminding us to keep focused on ourselves, seeing, trying to see the bigger picture, opening our minds to the bigger picture, not really feeding into the mass media and the things that we're being told because whoever's controlling the mass media or whatever to sell advertisement, remember, entertainment, it's to keep us in a fear-based place because when we're fearful of something, we'll keep tuning into the news. But then that feeds us with all of that toxicity. So seeing beyond is going to be very important. The goddess is Ain, and it's about adaptability. So things are going to be changing in August. It could be for the better. But this is also talking about, it's card number one. And so that to me is saying about new beginnings. So seeing beyond the possibilities also. Oh, I love this. The star is coming up, so that is shining some hope upon all of us. This has always been my favorite card in any tarot deck. I love the star card. It's about our hopes, our wishes. It's definitely Aquarian energy, but it's also saying keep keep hoping, keep wishing, hold the faith that everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to, and it's happening for our greater good. And I love it. The beloved is coming up, and the beloved speaks about how do you treat yourself. And so this is good time to revisit how you want to feel for the rest of the year. How do you want to feel in 2022 going on? Like I talk about that at the beginning of for January and how that's got to be the theme. Inner reflection is the theme for at least 2021. It may carry into the next year or so, but the beloved is really talking about the way that we love ourselves. Are we as kind to ourselves as we are to strangers or people that we care about? That I think is the important thing because I don't think a lot of us are very kind to ourselves. All right, September, we've got Virgo and Libra energy, and I'm almost down to my last three piles. So this is great. We also have 11th house energy coming in. Hopes, wishes, dreams, our friends, and our social occasions. So that just says to me that September is going to be a celebratory time for a lot of us. This could be the threshold and some breakthroughs that are coming through. Also, I'm hearing wish upon a star. Oh, good. Yod, destiny is coming up. Just because something's destined doesn't mean that it's perfect and good. However, this could be we're finally coming into our destined place of hopes and wishes. Rhodochrosite comes up and speaks about the child within. I knew that I had light glare. The child within. We're finally getting outside. We're able to play. Um, Coming together in that Libra season of finding our partners if we're single or solidifying partnerships with others. Finding the child within is definitely like a Leo energy, and it's allowing yourselves to be happy and have fun. Parrot spirit is asking us to watch our words. So there could be a lot of shocking messages coming through. Of course, watch your words with yourself. So it's just another reminder. How are we? Excuse me. Hmm, my voice. How our thoughts and words become things. But this could also be that we hear some very shocking announcement come through globally. Again, we're taking a higher view. We're having to rise above the situation, take a step back. I know there are a lot of activists out there. You go ahead and you do you. Do that. For the majority of us, we need to keep in our inner peace. Take the higher road. Don't waste your energy on arguing stupid political stances or positions or whatever is happening in the world. Just stay in your own lane. That's what I'm picking up from this. The goddess is Saraswati. It's about mastery. And it is my favorite card, but it's also about finding your place in the world, mastering what it is that you do best, even if that is keeping your mouth shut, bringing peace, and also it's about inner stillness and quiet. I love this. We've got the Seven of Cups coming up. A lot of choices and decisions will have to be made come September. Um, a lot of us will be given a lot of brand new opportunities. So I think that that's great energy that's coming in. This could also be a decision that really makes a huge shift in the world. And the shamanic card that's coming in is Earth Keeper. I love this. This is reminding us that we really have to get back to nature. We have to get back to honoring Mother Earth. We are such an invasive species as humans. And that was another big message that I forgot to mention in my last video is there needs to be a bigger focus on um, the, the nature and the world ahead because we are depleting and destroying natural resources. And it won't matter how much money we have in the bank if we have no water to drink or we don't have any air to breathe. So, all right, October. Yes, am I there? October, November, December. Yeah. So October is Libra, and then we usher in Scorpio energy, and this the first card that comes up. It's Saturn. It is about restrictions. So come October, are we restricted again? This is also our structures. It's a timeline. It is time itself, but it says the part of us that accepts challenges to gain wisdom. Also, too, foundations are shifting and changing. Big changes come September. And it's also about building a new future. All right, now we have Jupiter return benefits. And come October, Jupiter will be back in Aquarius because he does go retrograde. Making his way through the end of the year. So Jupiter returning will bring more benefits. So I love this. It'll be blessings. Um, there's going to be a definite big shift come October. And I did see that in the astrology. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think that the energy is going to feel lighter come October. We're going to be much happier October 2021 than we were in October of 2020. Although Fulgurite and prayer is coming up. So this is talking about uh definitely having to pray, having to stay in prayer and hold that space. So even if we see a crack of light opening, We're going to have to stay in prayer that we can hold this space and hold this vision going forward for any new movement that we've made in 2021. Frog spirit is coming up. It says clear the clutter, but I always think of springtime. I think of new beginnings. I think of transformation and phases whenever I see frog animal totem. So we're clearing away these old foundations. There could be a lot of people governmentally, corporately, that are moving out. There could be a lot of souls that are moving to the other side, um, so that it makes room for the new that is coming in on a global level. Opening to discover. So, keeping an open mind to everything that is going on so that we can discover new avenues, new ways of life, new ways of thinking. Aryanhood is the goddess, and it is about time. I'm going to come up here so you can see her a little bit better. Uh, and I still can't get her um, in there. There we go. I think you can see that a little better. It's about time. And what's interesting is Saturn is also about time, timelines, um, the beliefs that we have in time. Do we have enough time? Were we running out of time? Uh, Different time dimensions. So, what I'm picking up with Aryanhood, uh, Aryan Rod, I'm sorry, why did I say Aryan Hood? Aryan Rod. Um, I'm just feeling like we have to be reminded to be patient. That time, although we try to make it linear, it's really secular. And patience. We just have to exercise more patience. The Nine of Coins is coming up, the Nine of Pentacles. This is us being in a better place, more prosperous. I think things could be getting a lot better for many of us. And this is also us finally maybe being comfortable in our solitude with ourselves. And that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Um, and then the Witness is coming up as the shamanic card, and it kind of really is making me think about this card. The Witness is someone who just sits back in an observation position, non-action, just watching everything that is going on and biding their time, Aryan Rod, um, waiting for their perfect time, the patience. And, being a witness is somebody who is holding space, like I just spoke about, holding space for something magical that is happening, for the prayers that we're holding, the prayers that we're speaking and giving and putting out into the world. And yeah, that's what the witness energy is. I like that. That's October. November, Scorpio, segueing into Sagittarius, and we're almost finished. Almost finished. Okay. Let's see. So we have seventh house partnerships, both business, relationships, our relationships to everything. I mean, business and love, but it's our relationship to everything. So we'll be taking a look at, once again, almost like where we were back in November of 2020, looking at all of our relationships to everything in our lives, and seeing what is working and what is not working. And I think like that frog totem in October, clearing out the clutter. It looks like we're going to be clearing out a lot more. We're paring our friends and associate list down even further. But it's also to bring in energy and people that truly resonate with us. Like we're finding our communities. This is an area of our lives that it's about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So a lot of that could be changing. Air element is coming in about communicating, having those beautiful conversations, having those difficult conversations. Communicating also is about listening, not just about speaking, but we could be hearing of a huge global partnership. This could be a world domination partnership. I'm hearing what? Forces coming together, but it will be some sort of an announcement. Garnet comes up and it is about prosperity. So, there has been talk about, one world order, one world domination, like one single, ruler of the entire earth. But I don't know why I'm picking that up with this, but it's like some kind of forces coming together that will actually help out a lot of people on the planet. But it's also about making your own prosperity. And November, we're going to be doing some celebrating as well. I think I think next year, 2021, we may have been so discouraged by the holidays and the pandemic in 2020. So many people stayed at home by themselves. You're going to be coming together in November for the holidays. We're basically in an effort type of mood. But yeah, there will be celebrations for sure. Starfish spirit is the animal totem, and it's about opening to infinite possibilities, but it's also about taking our mind out of the equation and really using our intuition. Roots of abundance. Yeah, so here we go. More of that prosperity energy, um, grounding ourselves, new beginnings, really rooting down in where we are. Um, I'm hearing influx of finances. Okay, Parvati is about devotion, sticking with exactly what it is that you're doing, devotion, being devoted to yourself, being devoted to your passion. I think that that is perfect. That's where our prosperity and roots of abundance are coming from. The King of Swords, the King of Swords. So, what ruler, what hierarchy, what governmental official, president, prime minister, whatever, is an air sign? I don't know. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Um, I know of one that is on the way out, but maybe not. But I think we're going to hear something, some sharp words, some things happening very quickly. Some messages rushing headlong into November. I'm trying to see, like, what am I getting? Vision Quest is coming up. Makes me think of Dave Matthews for some Vision Quest. Sometimes we have to just go on a journey to find our place in life. But this King of Swords, commanding, demanding the words that are coming out. I'm going to say expect some surprising announcements again. Again. All right, December of 2021. Finally. Okay, we have the fifth house. It's about play, it's about being childlike, romantic, our children, really embracing that fun, the joy, the happiness. Um, it's where we have fun. It's where our is. It's where we create things, creating memories, creating new beginnings. And it's also the place of where we are proud and the things we are proud of. We have Scorpio energy also, and that is about transformation, endings, transform, transformation, it's death, so that we can have new birth. Um, this would also say to me things are going to be changing again come December. There could be a lot of people exiting the planet, exiting life. So I think we'll see another surge of that possibly. Hematite is about manifesting light, but it's also repelling the darkness. And so we're going to have a need for some sort of protection, but also about bringing in that light and holding that space. We're going to constantly be reminded of holding that space for our visions. I love this. Miracles are endless with the cow spirit. December is Sagittarius and also Capricorn energy. And I love this. Miracles are endless. And this would be talking about the holiday seasons and how we can make it magical. A, oh, okay. I thought maybe I pulled two. A grand symphony. A grand symphony is about the coming together, the harmonies that come together. This is also to me about celebration and coming together. So I love that. Definitely more holiday energy. We have Mama Kocha, which is water energy. It's definitely ascended master energy with the 33. Mama Kocha is talking about uh, cleansing, crying, taking those salt baths, getting to the ocean. It's also talking about possible um, weather related events. When it comes to water, that could be rain, tornadoes, hurricanes, snow, freezing rain, depending on where you are in the world in December, floods, things that are washing away. Like it could just be a metaphorical washing away. All right. And interesting. So the Nine of Wands is coming in, and this is indicating like we have worked so hard this year, 2021, and we're still probably not fully over 2020, that we just come to this place of weariness and that we need a rest. And so definitely that will be the recommendation come next December. Um, especially at the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, will be a time of rest. Now, if you're in the southern hemisphere, summer solstice, you're going to want to be getting going. But I just think that it's going to take us so long to really rest up from everything that has happened in the world and will be continuing to happen, that we're going to really be needing to give ourselves some breaks. And I love this. The final card for the year, it's Pachamama. And Pachamama is the earth. And that is going to be the biggest message that's coming back to us that I'm going to speak about, is that we have got to come back to healing the earth. If each one of us did our part, even if you go out and touch the ground and just say blessing to you, like give a prayer to the earth, um, revel in the nature and the beauty that is around you. I know a lot of people don't like nature, which is beyond me. Get out and look at the stars and take your shoes off if you can, even if it's winter. Do it now. I do it periodically, even if it's only for a second, just to get myself grounded. But I love Pachamama coming in as the last card of 2021. I think she's letting us know that there's going to be a huge focus on cleaning up our earth, focusing on nature, focusing on our wildlife, wild animals, our forestry, our waterways, our air, natural resources. That will be huge. And that's going to be my message leading into 2022. So we'll just have to wait and see how this will all pan out. Um, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and my blog, my website, expressionsoftheuniverse.com. Happy 2021. Hope it's a great year for you. Bye.